What's the most memorable and uncomfortable autistic episode you've ever witnessed while gaming? Friendly local game owner is the nicest guy in the world, borderline pushover until he's playing a board game. Knows all the rules, but not the best at any of them. Pouts, scowls, and overanalyzes why the game rules aren't working in any board game. Just really weird, the night and day difference of his personality.
I don't know, see when people get competitive, they get fucking competitive, you know?
Yeah.
Not the worst, that's pretty mild. Let's get into this, we'll see where we end up.
We had to defend a magical seaport gate and stop any enemy coming through, which would destroy the kingdom if we failed. Instead of the epic battle the DM had secretly planned, in which we would eventually fail, we rammed a galleon into the gates, destroying it in the process. The DM rage quit in a huff because we did something he never planned for. He wasn't very good at improvising, and did this a lot in other games. But this was the biggest tantrum.
But why did you
destroy it?
What was the purpose? The point was you need...
Defend it?
Did you think that maybe, okay, this gate is undefendable, let's pick a different situation? But, like, you know, even if you did, you may as well just keep the gate. I don't see the point. I don't understand. I just don't get it, man.
Yeah. I had a DM in quotations. I had a DM once that made us fight fucking Mickey Mouse with a chainsaw and laughed his ass off. I couldn't fucking believe it. Most cringe shit I ever experienced. Obviously, I didn't saw the guy. Ever, never again.
Is that a reference to the chainsaw?
I don't know.
I
kill you.
Honestly, I don't see what's the big deal. I like the idea. I actually think that's fun, but then again, I'm kind of cringe.
It's like what's that game? Kingdom Hearts on acid.
Yeah. You know what? I could work with this. I think I could work with this. Is it really that bad?
Playing Vampire with my brother and 2 cousins. We were all 16 or 17. I was already our group's eternal GM by then, but one of my cousins really wanted to run a vampire game, so I accepted, no problem. Game starts and it's alright for a bit. I was having fun just playing and not having to worry about everything. And then the self-insert appeared. A cool guy, Bruzia biker in leather and sunglasses that stopped our car shooting out our side mirror with his revolver, only to say he was friendly and to give us our main quest that I forgot. From then on, he was always with us and would always completely eclipse us, doing most of the work with his high-level powers and plot armor, always being really cool about it. Of course we got fed up with this, so my other cousin and my brother decided they needed to kill this guy ASAP. I chose not to do anything because, as the forever GM, I really didn't want to fuck with what anyone was trying to do. Next session they started riling up the GM cousin that they were going to gather a host of armed minions and take on the boss of the city. And so we spent the session gathering minions and forming this big army. Cool glasses guy, always with us, being extra cool. When we got ready to go, with hundreds of guys together in this big warehouse, my brother started giving this big speech riling everyone up. They were going to overthrow the bad guy.
I mean, like, you're playing a vampire game, everyone's kind of the bad guy.
They were going to do this and that. But first, they were going to kill cool guy sunglasses, the double agent, and told everyone to pull out their guns and start shooting. GM cousins start having a mental breakdown and asking, "What the fuck, guys?" But eventually
Kyle, what the fuck?
What the fuck, Kyle?
What the fuck?
But eventually agrees to roll, thinking he could just save him with a super jump or something. He rolls super poorly and storms off in a rage, yelling that he would never play with us again, almost crying. My brother and my other cousin asked me to GM the rest of this interaction, and we finished killing him. Everyone's still rolling out, laughing from my cousin's reaction.
I mean, like
Mom!
They killed my power fantasy! Honestly, though, you know, killing DM player characters
should be more of a thing. I'm just putting that out there.
It's probably the way it should go about.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume, like, you never states it's a DM player character, but you can tell. It's a DM player character.
But, like, it should be more of a thing, and DMs should be fully aware
DMs should fear the party. You know what this is? This is kind of like, you know, the government should fear the population. DM should fear their players. Yes. That's exactly the same shit that we need. But yeah, honestly, like, you know, like, if you play a vampire game, everyone's going to be walking about with their black trench coats, their fucking sunglasses. Everyone wants to be Blade, you know.
If someone... Blade? Do you like Wesley snipes! Bleed!
I don't think anyone knows. I'll put it in, so I'll put a clip of what we're on about in.
Do you like Wesley Snipes? Bleed! I put a fangs. Stick my fucking fangs in your fucking dick and then stick them in your fucking throat, you bastard!
Honestly, I don't really see the big issue because you are playing a vampire game, and if you're playing a vampire game, you kind of
have to be a wee bit murder hobo-y though.
Yeah, you kind of do. You kind of do. You want to be.
Oh, like, in my sense, I'm sure other people play it differently, but I'm playing a vampire. Y'all will get killed.
Yeah, I'm going to be the biggest murder hobo that ever has been a murder hobo.
And now the models of our website, brought to you by neckbeardia.co.uk. Get y'all some of these titties.
Dwarf titties, orc titties, cat titties, fat titties, the gassest and waistest a bit. Vampires and goblins and all the buff champions and even hentai, yeah that too. Dragons, manticores, ogres and gnomes and bugbearers and even more to go still. Undead and demons and then our friend Pally and definitely not 40k. Wood elves, dark elves and lizards and Megan the Slither and James the look cool as he stands. Beholders and kobolds and tyrants and only in a donkey with a frying pan. If you don't want no models, then no need to bother. We now have subclasses and teas. Also, Guardbros Book, go have a look. Check out the link to Ko-fi. Thank you for watching our videos and giving our channel a hand. But this is the end, our viewers and friends, so let's get back to the video, man. I fucking hate myself. A little over a decade ago at my first convention in Canada, the demo team guys were running a large BattleTech game. For this session, 2 guys showed up wanting to play that were from New York State somewhere, and were laboured mouth.
What does that mean?
Oh, laboured mouth breathing stereotypes of the 40-something nerd, inch-thick glasses and all.
Teal?
Okay, Teal, you don't mean that.
No, Teal's a good guy.
One of them took the Axemen he was controlling and said he wanted to jump into the harbour. I warned him that since it was depth 2, he would be fully submerged and therefore couldn't get back out. He ignored my advice and did anyway. The next turn I got to see the closest I've ever seen a man in his 40s get to throwing a temper tantrum. He begrudgingly spent the next 4 turns trudging across the harbour floor until he could get to dry land. Also, he thought clan dueling rules were bullshit, even though they'd been in place since the clans were invented around 1990. Yes, this is a picture from the same game, though I don't have pictures of the offending player.
Oh, let's see the picture.
Is he in the water?
Yeah.
He's in the water.
Honestly, I've played BattleTech once and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Although I did get shot in the, I think it was like a gyro or something. Got shot straight in the waist and I was paralysed, crawling about on the floor for over half the game. I still had a lot of fun though. It was actually a pretty fun game, and I feel like the rules weren't too difficult to actually pick up. You know, I think it's something to check out. And honestly, if you're interested, like it's just super cheap. Like, you know, the models cost absolutely nothing, and I hear good things about the community as a whole. So, you know, something to check out.
A player arrived shit-faced at the online table and wasted our entire session doing autistic nonsense in the castle hub our party was in. Yay! Including
that doesn't sound like me, alright? I'm just saying.
Including that he tried fighting the Archmage the castle belonged to with his level 3 wizard on his own until he had been whacked into unconsciousness 3 times. This was not the first time he acted weird, but he would drop out a few sessions later as everyone had become pissed at him for never properly roleplaying and using his character as a mere tool to exploit the spell rules because he viewed it as the game's objective, not that of his character. What? He was not a bad person, just had the personality of a rock. And whenever I see one of those crunch zealots here in TG who deem the slightest trace of fluff an act of heresy, I cannot help but think of him. He legitimately was such a terrible kind of autist that I do not regret aborting all contact with him. And usually I have the patience of a mule.
Okay, guys, I'll tell you a story about last game that I showed up to absolutely steaming. Because, look, the thing is, whenever I start a game, it's at 1 in the fucking morning because I play with Americans. It's either 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And so by that time of the night, I've got a good few drinks in me, you know.
I was pregnant.
Yeah, okay, so what happened was we went to some Kobold island of sorts, and we had we were meeting with they're holding like a big ceremony. Anyway, I decided to have fun because they had this big thing of like copper, but the coppers worked fuck all. But look, I think Gobby just enjoys shinies, so it's not really about the purpose of how valuable they are, it's just how shiny they are, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so I was abusing my cloak of invisibility because of course I had a cloak of invisibility, and I just kept going around and I was just like doing stupid shit. And then I tried, so they had this big huge like bronze dragon statue, and I was trying to like I climbed up the back of it, and I used a scroll of fireball that is oddly shaped like an RPG. And I think it was like what's that cleric spell that gives you a loud voice, like a megaphone? And I tried to like LARP as the dragon and be like, bow down my kobold brethren for this day, and all that shit. It kept going on. They just thought it was kind of weird, and Teal just wasn't having it.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I think Teal just wasn't having it. He's like,
I wonder why. Now imagine James drunk, James sober, plus 20 times more insufferable, and then all he wants to do is listen to World War I music and Irish folk songs.
Look, leave me be, alright? I enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. That's what I enjoy whenever I have a few drinks in me. I enjoy listening to a bit of music, you know? What's wrong with that?
It's not even like proper music. I walk in and James is like marching around his computer room to World War I songs.
Don't call me out like that, bro.
Played a game of 40k at my local store against a guy that kept on watching the Goblin Slayer anime rape scene on his phone in between turns, with the sound turned up loud.
That's a power gamer move there. That's psychological warfare.
Intimidate.
Yeah, that is. That's how you win, guys. All right. If you want to get good, you want to be like one of the pros. You're gonna have to enforce some psychological warfare. That includes not charring. So you need to get yourself your boon of Nurgle like there. You need to not char for a week. You need to make sure your balls. If you can smell your balls, other people can smell your balls, and you need to make sure that's a must. Then you also need to do shit like this to get yourself a boon of Slanesh. You then also need to take the rolls and just be a cunt about them for your boon of Zeech.
Yeah.
And then what we do for Corden, maybe play like a table flipper.
Yeah.
There you go. That's how you win in 40k. If you want to be a true chaos player, that's how you do it. All right.
I kept on trying to get him to subtly stop by asking him things about his army, but he eventually just gave me his book and told me to look at anything I didn't know up while he kept watching.
I like to imagine he was sitting just rubbing his trousers, like, you know, like just
or like rocking back and forth in the seat.
Yeah,
like with him between his legs and
I don't know if that was a power gamer move or not. I think that was just. I think he just. Honestly, okay, good guys. Next post. This doesn't. I don't. Let's just keep going.
BGM. Players encounter a god who won't have their bullshit since they screwed with his stuff long enough. Jester guy tries to play a trick on him. Uses magic like a shock button. God explodes him. Player starts whining. I warned you. Literally starts crying. 40-something-year-old man crying like a kid. Other players think I was harsh. Convinced me to save his character. Fine, but you're cursed. You can't feel joy and fun until you do a task for him. Should be a good side quest. Goes full Spurg. Continues to send messages all week about how on forums he was given the right.
Given the right to what?
I don't know. Looking away for 15 minutes resulted in a flood of messages. Check a few links. Most agree that he should wait to see what it is, and that, all things considering, I was lenient. Sigh. Screen cap conversation and save links to show to others. Ban him from the group. He was a pretty fun guy too until then. He had a lisp, but we assumed it was a speech impediment, not full Spurg.
Don't call me out like that. Honestly though, you know, I get people get attached. I get why people can get attached to the characters, but I mean, it's a dangerous fucking job being an adventurer, and like, you know, if there's no chance of death, you're not going to play smart, are you?
Yeah.
You're going to be a fucking retard, to lack of a better word.
I know.
You know, so, I don't know, there's a bit of give and take, and honestly, giving him a second chance and, like, you know, send him on a side quest. I think that is really, like, you know, they really are willing to work
with
him, you know.
Yeah.
But look, guys, I posted on the internet, and the people on the internet said it's okay. You know what? I've got a perfect idea, Megan.
Fuck.
This is going to be our thing, right? Okay, I'm going to start an email address, right? You send us in our questions about your problems with your DM, and if you pay us a £5, we will write back a message saying why you're completely justified for your bullshit behaviour under any circumstances. How does that sound? Look, guys, these retards on the internet say it's okay. Do you want to do this?
Slap it down the table. See?
Look, that's what James and Megan says. I actually think that's a fucking hilarious idea. I like it.
Spurg keeps rolling high on everything in spite of low dice rolls. I peer the sheet and see nothing but 16 to 20 for all scores. Insists he shows the DM his sheet. Spurg throws a fucking fit, which makes everyone else say he really needs to just show his sheet to the DM. Literally table flips and scatters dice everywhere. After calming down, he sits in a huff. Surprisingly, he doesn't leave or rush out or anything. After that outburst, I'd like you to leave and on. No! Stays for the rest of the session and huffs angrily in the corner. He doesn't try to participate, so we all just ignore him. He stayed for the rest of the session, then got banned by the DM. The Spurg then sent a really bitchy email to everyone afterwards complaining about all of us.
Fuck you,
Justin, because you got weird hair, and fuck you, Luke, because you don't like your face.
Fuck you, and fuck you. How does that sound, guys? Honestly, though, I don't know, there's something really sad about table flippers.
Yeah.
Table
flippers are children.
It is. See, this is the problem that I've got. See,
literal children wouldn't even table flip.
Yeah. No, they wouldn't. That's the thing. I think there's something really sad about a fully grown adult acting or behaving just like an actual little child.
But
and
kids wouldn't even act like that.
Yeah, most kids wouldn't. I don't think I know any kids
that would act like
I know kids on the internet that would.
Yeah.
But I think anyone that's even halfway decent.
And it's a fucking game.
To be fair, I've had this before. I remember it was at one of our IRL games. I said, we're going to use standard delay just to keep everyone on the same page, and said, no, I don't want to use standard delay, and just put down like little 16 to 20 scores and everything. It's like, yeah, no, I should have this and have that. It's like, no, man, we're going to use standard delay though.
We can't do that.
You know what? I reckon I should have this. I should have this as well. By the way, it was tons of just magic items. It's like, oh my god, no, we're starting level 1. It's Lost Mines of Fandelver, man. All right.
Just before I start reading this, I've never seen D and D spelt like this, and it's really fucking me off. Yeah. Playing D and D at friendly local game store. Obese Mexican weeb at table has terrible gas.
Ugh.
Just keeps leaking ass blasts. All 3 sessions. God damn it, Pedro, just take a shit already. He does, comes back. Gas has abated. Everything seems fine. Store manager uses bathroom an hour later. Comes out in a rage. Bathroom is total.
How bad?
I catch a glimpse from a distance as he angrily is preparing to clean it. There's shit all over the toilet. I even see a shitty handprint on the Pedro doggedly pretended to not notice manager meltdown and trying to keep playing even as manager screams at us, demanding to know who did it. Who shit? He took a big shit.
Who was it? Who was it?
Disgusting. Remorsedly narc out Pedro.
Who the fuck is a shitty handprint? Who the fuck?
Via con Dios, banned forever. A year later, group has moved to homesteading at her new apartment. Someone tries to bring Pedro along. Nope, banned again. A week later, received a handwritten letter in the mail. Was it written and shit? It's from Pedro, formally stating his case as to why it's unfair to be banned from her house and why he should be allowed to play. Apparently he had an intestinal parasite. LOL. Look, dude, if you were sick, that's one thing. But the fact you devastated the toilet and tried to shine it off means you'd do it to my shitter as well. Hard pass, amigo.
I mean, if you got bowel problems,
Understandably,
What-
but like,
what
at
the-
least, why didn't you at least try and clean it up yourself?
What I like to imagine is, when stuff like this happens, I like to imagine, like, I know you guys are going to hate this, but, like South Park, the way Butter sits on the toilet backwards?
Yeah.
I like to imagine, like, how does this happen? Is someone, like, is he doing, like, gymnastics in the toilet?
Has he got 1 foot in the wall?
Yeah. Like, how does this even happen? Like, you're sitting on the toilet.
I remember we let a customer into our toilet one time.
Aye.
And he was an older man, I would say, and nobody went to the toilet for like an hour and a half after him. And my dad
I think I know this story.
my dad went into the bathroom, and we were like, it was really quiet. It was like the end of the night, so we were like starting to clean up, and all we heard was, "For fuck's sake, why is there shite in my ceiling?" So we all came in. Well, I don't know whether the wee man had, a colostomy bag or something, and he tried to empty it and, like, I don't know, slipped or whatever, but there was shit up the walls.
Why would you...
No, up the walls, smeared over the mirror, on the fucking ceiling.
Do you have no shame?
And, like, all over the floor, up the toilet bowl and everything. And my dad went, "Get the mop bucket and get this and get that." And it's like, "I'm no fucking... You don't pay me enough for this shit. You own this establishment. You clean it. I'm not doing it."
How does this happen?
Everywhere. Door handle on the way out now.
Dirty bastard.
We couldn't fucking wash his hands with shite in the sink.
How the fuck do people have no shame? Like, what? How do you miss the toilet? What else? You have to be doing some form of gymnastics.
All we thought was he had to have had like a colostomy bag to be able to get, because there's no way he could point his arse to the ceiling.
So do you have the colostomy bag and hold it and like shit it out? You know what I mean?
Normally they just pour it down the toilet.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but it fucking went everywhere.
That's vile. Have any of you guys ever experienced anything like this? The closest I can think of, I was playing a game and we were beside the toilets and some old fella. Why was it an old fella?
It's always an old fella.
The best thing was he was playing Napoleonic games. And see, once you head over the age of 40, if you're not interested in historical games, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, he went for shit, keep back out, and fuck me, the smell was wild. And we were just stuck in that.
Was it not the time one of your mates worked in Burger King? And one of your other mates went in and took a shit in the toilet seat because he was cleaning up. He was the cleaner. He mopped the floors.
That was
funny as fuck.
It was funny at the time, but it was really hectic.
No, it's as funny as fuck.
It was kind of hectic, I would say. But guys, you guys have got any like shit stories? Anything like that? No. I think we're going to end it here. I think. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This thread is gigantic, so I think we're probably going to do a part 2.
Yeah.
If you have any of your own stories, definitely let us know. I don't really know how to end this video
Check
at all.
out the links down below. The models, subclasses. There's a sale on at the minute to the end of the year. Get going.
40%
Use sale
off.
40 at checkout. You get 40% off
your total order. Your total order, it's not just on one item. It's
only till the end of the year, so hurry up.
And it's honestly 40% is a gigantic seal, like a big seal.
But yes, check out all the links, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a video. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.